I am showing captions. I am documenting the final documentation of the Shentegrity geometry. And I talk to myself when I do that. So you're just going to have to listen to me and watch. And then I will have you just be my little mirror. Okay. So no part of this is for the benefit of anybody other than when I find the right people so that you can verify that this has been pretty intuitive. Right now, where I'm at is I have done the first pass of Lo Shu, the infinity of infinity, to the number 8, which is infinity. And so I can teach it as the 8 extraordinary vessels through Lo Shu, because this flower here that I just created is the Bagua. So this is one round of one human, or what we like to call the microcosmic orbit. So the 3 generations. Okay, now going back to just Katie. So I have 8 extraordinary vessels. 7. They are no longer swans of swimming. They are whales' tails. Remember that. Okay, well, just keep going. It might be 5. That might be the 5. So I have 8 EVs, 7 whales' tails. I still have 6 organs, but now they have to be fancy organs. 6 brains, brains, and that will be animal oddities. Because animal oddities are like, oh my God, yes, because then I can do the nautilus as the noodly appendage. I can do the whichever, there's a vampire squid. There is some kind of a something that has a something. A silkworm has 11 brains. A leech has 32. Hold on. Oh my God. A leech has 32, and numerically that equals 5, which is the elements, which is this is how Chinese medicine fakes it. There's the earth. So, earth, thank you, Plato, Pythagoras, Platonic. Oh, it's not the Platonic solids, it's the solids as Platonic. Holy fuck. Okay, I'm a twin in case I haven't been saying that my whole life. My mother didn't raise us um, together though. She raised us both parallel and non-parallel. The non-parallel twins of Katie and David were every time we got together as a family. There's my 4 cardinal directions, the Z fam. But everything else, my mother, our education of the David and the Katie was parallel. This is Lo Shu 7. Seven swimming swans. That's weird, isn't it? I wasn't sure how this was going to play out as a game. I absolutely clearly understand how this plays, but it plays because I don't fuck with life force energy. I don't do anything that's going to harm people. Okay. I also don't do things like believe that I can just call the cops on my friends, or even worse, force somebody to come back from the dead. This is against, that is my religion. So the one law of Taoism, the one law is the Tao that can be named is not the Tao. As soon as you have a name, you exist whole. Jesus, it's called sense of bum. This is Lo Shu 8, by the way. This is Einstein. And because I'm not an asshole, and I would never want to claim that I solved Einstein in the sixth grade when I was eight, because it just made a lot more sense if I did it this way. I will just put my nice little triangle here from whatever. Oh, that's right, because of the whale's tails. Now I have, oh my God, now I have my homunculus. And we have seahorses. And now this other, look at that. That one thing went up, and now this other one can go up. I mean, like the super duper weird thing of seahorses, seahorse babies, and mer people, which is, where was I saying the Nautilus? Wherever I said the Nautilus. So the Nautilus shape, I don't do the drawing, but the Nautilus shape, that's the hook. Okay, it's a hook when I'm fishing, but what the Nautilus does to move, it has noodly appendages. It's the spaghetti monster, but it's a swimming monster. I don't know who made up that. Oh, I should look them up. Flying spaghetti monster, but whoever made that up. So, but it's contemplated, that animal is contemplated as sentient. So the way that animal shows brain, that's why we have a fucking five-pointed star, because of the starfish. Hi, Darla. Who's that? Who's the character? The sponge guy, SpongeBob and SquarePants. The starfish is the underwater version of Mr. Starman in the sky, who is the literal version of the Da Vinci dude. Excuse me, I just got my 3 stars and you were blocking them the whole time. These damn cats, it's almost like they know things. So that's a starfish. That's a starman. And that's Da Vinci, who, by the way, is the inner child. Because the inner child lives on the star bridge, which is the five-pointed star of Chinese medicine, which is, my friends, a pentagram. Thank you. So, but anyway, I don't know how to do math. Now I have my 5. Okay, so I am in a different dimension. I have folded space time. That's literally all it is. They did not have large language models. They had paper. Have you ever seen origami? What do you want, my darling? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Do you need some water? Oh my goodness. Let's do it right away. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. It must happen. Hold on. I'm falling out of my own nest. I have become Baba Yaga. I sit in a big nest. Okay, here we go. Come on. Oh, that's not happening. Did I feed you your breakfast? Look at what this is breakfast. Yeah. You want a little piece of the little shrimp? This is Saturday fun day. What's this? Yeah. I must say right now that the way I'm using my notebook, I learned at Carnegie Mellon, specifically at Sigma Nu. However you do a Sigma Nu, it was a Greek thing. They ran on the honor system. This is Vols. They ran on the honor system. I met them when I was 13. That, by the way, adds up to what is that for? But the really amazing thing is none of them ever harmed me. I never had to worry about them doing something to me. And I've known them since I was 13. It's pretty amazing, actually, to be a child in a frat house. And the only surveillance was for my safety, not for my availability. They were kind. Jack used to drive me home. My dad knows. So anyway, there's whatever this paternal factor is, which is what I was just saying here. That's a fraternal. That's not paternal. That's fraternal. Motherfucker, it's fraternal twins. As I had said, there are two ways to do yin and yang. One is as fraternal twins. One is as identical twins. There's your six-pointed star. I never understood it, okay, because I don't do other people's symbols. That's the Star of David. So if the Bagua is 8 and the Nautilus is 6, then the Star of David is also 6. Also, not equal to, also. Here is your Metatron. This is why Metatron is so exciting, because it's a way to create dimensions, plural, with the use of, these are called particles in the universe. And believe it or not, they came from leeches. So I don't know, maybe we're all just not contemplating bogs enough, but this is where Katie's particles come from. My particles come from worms and grossness. And you know what? That makes sense, because I have always said I am the mud the lotus grows in. Because when I had my cancer, why am I writing my cancer here? Oh, because that's okay. But when I had my cancer and I was going to lose everything, my vital life force energy, I said, I am going to become this is being an atom in my 3 things. So one of these is I became an atom. So I became an atom in my leg. And I became an atom in my thigh because of my bone marrow. And because I knew that because of the chemotherapy, all of my vessels were going to be fucked. So the extraordinary vessels of Chinese medicine are our arteries and our veins and our fascia and the tubules that go around our nerves. It's anything that gives us glide. And it is a very bad thing to, have chemotherapy. It's a very dry heat. Let's say that. It's quite Phoenix in in the radiation. So I just intuitively fell to marrow. But my twin brother, had a bone infection. He had osteomyelitis when we were kids, and it fucked him up so bad, it ruined his brain. So these 6 brains, there may be classifications of brain injuries. If there are or are not, it looks like I have a very interesting way to contemplate that. And what I'm doing is, on a piano, they're parallel and contrary scales. This translates to, and this is how we get the whale's tails. This translates to what everybody keeps telling me is Aleister Crowley, or whatever the fuck, but it's the Western alchemy symbol. That's what the 7 is, because it has to be able to be so complex. And if you're only looking at it because you're reading something or somebody gives you a piece of paper and says that you understand it, you miss the point. The point is the paper, not what's written on it, right? Because if you fold space-time, then you're folding at, we can only fold 2 dimensions because we were only 3. And 27-dimensional entity can only fold 26 dimensions. We cannot fold higher than we are. Okay, that's evolution. Hold on. That's why negentropy, motherfucker. Yes, I have just, so here are the 3 things. Here's the negentropy. This is the bagua, by the way. Okay, it's the donut. Negentropy is growing. It's the upward spiral of growth. It is the opposite of decay. Cool. That is also where I showed you the circle of fifths. This is the sexagenary cycle of Chinese medicine. Oh my God, look at me. Katie became a world famous nothing while she was not dying all by herself. So I just proved the hexagenary cycle at what time of day? I don't know, but right now I proved hexagenary. Hexagenary. I don't know. I didn't know what negentropy was. Hexa is 6. Genery is general, generate, Jennifer. I don't know, but it means something's happening. So it's 6 positive. There's your sex positive. Sex positive is my dominant gene or whatever. This is the XX or the XY. I don't know how y'all do that square. It only has 4 things in it. It's too small. It's because if there's only 4 ways, then it's cardinal in nature. That is what the cardinal directions do for us as far as folding, because that also constrains us from 4 dimensions only folding into the 3 that we are, not the 3 that we can perceive. Katie, you're such an obnoxious asshole right now. That the cat came. We're not going outside though. I'm going to be obnoxious for longer. But you know what? Let me give you this. Let us have some enrichment of the kitty. Darla is the white tigress. You see what she's been doing? So the white tigress cosmologically is the number 7. Okay, so Western alchemy is who's his name? That the mean one, Crowley. Excuse me. Okay, kind alchemy is the nice one. Whatever I just said. Queen, the one, who was that? Oh, right, the white tigress. Thank you. Tigers. Yeah. Like Daniel Tiger and Tony the Tiger and the Black Panther and all the cats and all the Egypts and all the lands. This is starting to look a little bit like an eye. I want you to know from the way you see this, okay, what the West does to make it, because we're jerks, is we either show it upside down, backwards, or inside out because we don't speak your languages. We take your symbols without learning how to speak your languages, and then we turn it into laws based on Latin, which makes it very easy for me to circumnavigate the globe trade with data. And also with like bullshit concepts like keeping people alive in suspended animation. What? Hang me off of a ceiling. Give me the experience of disappearance without actually doing so. Lay me down gently on the ground. Put me in a little blanket. Give me some cookies. Yeah. Okay. So this is mandatory for class, my darling. This is mandatory assignment. Okay. All right. She understood that. Then, so if that is 7, that would mean Katie also got this part right. This is Lo Shu 7. Lo Shu 7 is parallel and contrary scales. Okay, that's all it is. But you would notate it this way. If you're just taking a note, which is all we can really do, because all you can, okay, cool. So like I'm building this on camera because there's no way I'll be able to recreate it. So parallel and contrary scales, or parallel and contrary, or as my friend Dr. Vika Corey, neuroscientist at Harvard, who thinks I don't understand physics, neuroscience, and the brain, and or. This is actually how she split up her homes. So we are back to this fraternal relationship between two uniques addresses. So she had 2 homes, Vika, 10:42 a.m. Let's see if I get there. So I just have to add that Vika at, hold on, can I pause?